This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm joined by trainer Wayne Smith over Zoom. Wayne, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's good to catch up for the first time in a while. Talk to me about preparations. Obviously, a lot of your guys getting ready for that Feb 26th show. How's everybody looking?
Everyone's looking okay, you know. It's what I need the help. I need the time. I'm tired. No, but everyone's looking good. It's great momentum in the gym because everyone's bouncing off each other. So yeah, everything's going good. Everything's going good.
Talk to me about some of those guys, Wayne. Let's start off with Marcel, obviously the headline event for that fight. How's Marcel looking?
Marcel's looking the best he's ever looked. Right about now, I don't think the only one to beat Marcel right now is himself. I don't think anybody. I've tried to make fights with every super flyweight in the country. I'm his manager, and I've had the door shut on my face. It's the last 12 months. So Marcel now got this opportunity. He's going to grab it with both hands, and he's going to have the best performance he's had so far.
We saw a very heated press conference between Marcel and Scott when they kind of came together for their face-off. What did you make of that?
It's all fun and games, isn't it? The pantomime's theatrics, isn't it? Scott's like that in every one of his fights. He talks the talk, but can he walk the walk? He was going on about hope you make the weight, you're looking a bit heavy. Marcel's at the check weight right now. Marcel's boxed at Superfly. He's not bothered about no weight. So even for him to even come out with a comment like that 6 weeks or 5 weeks before they even get in the ring, it shows me one thing, that he's going to struggle making that weight. Personally, I think so. I hope he does make the weight, obviously, but he's never done Superfly, ever. It's just an opportunity for Scott. So Marcel's been in with better company than Scott, you know.
Wayne, you've mentioned previously in this interview earlier on that you've had the door shut on your face with regards to Marcel and other opportunities with any other fighter in the division. Why do you think that is? What would you put that down to?
It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous for obviously come out second best, which is no shame to Sonny and Jay Harris, but you know, just proves what he can do at that level. That's world level. So domestic level, you know, I've been kicking on the door trying to get him a British title for the last 12 months. We know that the British title's tied up with Kassim Kademi and Izzy Ahmed, and they're going to have a rematch for that. What he did, he got injured. Kademi injured his hand. So basically, this should really be, Marcel should have boxed for the British title like late last year. But we have to go down this route, and we'll see how we go. Do you know what I mean? He'll get a good world ranking off this. And then we're going on to bigger and better things.
Wayne, away from Marcel, talk about some of the other guys. You know, you got Mike Minard, who I've spoken to, and Mikey Walton, who I spoke to earlier as well.
Yeah, Mike Minard is a class act. He's one of them fighters who's just a pleasure to have in the gym. He does everything right. He does all his own sessions, does all his own meals. You know, when I say he does all his own sessions, I mean he does his own like fitness camps and whatnot. So he's on the ball. You know, he's just a great student. Takes in everything I say to him. He's a very good prospect. I'm looking forward to the next 12 months working with him.
Mikey Walton, he is looking to get back to winning ways, obviously suffering 2 defeats back to back. What's gone wrong for Mikey in your eyes, Wayne?
Oh, what? Nothing's gone wrong. He's just one of them. He's one of them fighters who's a 50-50 fighter. He's not interested in building his career on padded record. He will fight in the away corner. He'll fight in the home corner. So Mikey's just a fighter. He's like an old school throwback. He'll fight anyone, anytime. You know, so that's the type of fighter what you want. You know, he's not so-called, he's not like a journeyman, as so-called journeyman, you know, because he can't sell tickets and he can't, it does, but he wants to get out as much as possible. And he wants to have a career where he can go. I've never ducked nobody. I've never like sat there and had 4 fights a year. I want to have 12 fights a year and so on, you know. So that's Mikey, his mentality. So I respect Mikey for that. You know, he could have a padded record and he could just box on the shows, but he's willing, like I've just said, to go and do weight corner.
Well, anyway, for those guys as well, you got Majestic Thompson returning as well. What you can see from him?
Tomo, he's a great fighter. He won a national title with me for the Golden Gloves. He's a Taekwondo teacher. Won all kinds as a Taekwondo when he was a kid. He's a great fighter, great talented kid. Obviously, he's not with me no more. He fights with the Taggart is his trainer. But I've still got a good relationship with Junior, and big things are going to come from Junior because the talent he's got it's very good, as proven on his fights with your dad.
Away from that, Carl, I just want to get your thoughts on one other topic, and that's Lyndon Arthur. Now, Lyndon, somebody you know well from your time working with him, working with Pat. What do you think will be next for Lyndon on the back of that defeat to Anthony Yard? What do you see as being his next step?
Do you know what? Me personally, he needs just to have a win. Doesn't he? He needs to get a win under his belt. It's like when Yard got beat by Kovalev, he went out to Spain, just got a win, get the W, get the confidence back going. He just needs that sort of thing. You know, he can't jump in there straight away. In my opinion, he can't just jump in there straight away and fight a top prospect. You know, you've got to be clever with him. You know, Lyndon will fight anybody, but he's got to like build himself back up 1-2 fights, you know, and then he'll be back up with the big boys again.
What went wrong for him in that Yard fight this time around, Wayne?
Do you know what? Nobody knows. Everything was perfect in Campy. It just never turned up on the night. You know, it just never turned up. It wasn't Lyndon in that ring that night. So all due respect to Anthony, he done what he had to do, but it just wasn't Lyndon there. Everyone's seen that. Everyone knows that. And I wish we could, in hindsight, say, well, this went wrong, that went wrong. No, everything was perfect. It's boxing, you know. So you just got to get back on the horse and go again, which you will do.
I spoke to Dan Azeez last week, and Lyndon's name came up. He said he'd be more than up for that fight. Obviously, Lyndon looking to get back into the ring now. Potentially, if he was to face Dan, fight for a title he hasn't held previously. I know you've said for Lyndon to maybe have 1 or 2 fights to get his confidence back, but would the Dan Azeez fight for a British title be of interest to you guys and to Lyndon?
Yeah, Lyndon would jump at that. But it's not now until Lyndon, as you know, with management and whatever. So any fighter would fight anybody, because that's what's in fighters. They fight. That's what they do. But it's down to the management, and you know what everything else behind it. So just see where he goes. You know, there'll be news out shortly, obviously, of where he's going, what direction he's going, who he's with. So just keep your head down, keep ease up, and see what's happening.
Ryan, what is the training dynamic like with yourself and Pat when it comes to Lyndon?
Well, me and Pat are like brothers. You know, we both have inputs. He spars down here. We both go sparring with him. You know, I have a lot of input, although I'm not always down in the gym that much. I try to get down at least once or twice a week. But if the input what I have out of the gym, me and Pat talk about all the fighters, you know, and we plan out what we're going to do with them, how we're going to do it. And it's like one of them, you don't have to really be there as an ornament sometimes in the gym, as long as you're getting your input over. And me and Pat work very closely, as you and everybody else well knows. And, you know, we take each other's advice really good. he's my second pair of eyes. I'm his second pair of eyes. So that's the way we go. And with Lyndon, I've knew him since he was an amateur, since he had his first fight. You know, I was there with him through the ABAs when he got to 2 finals. So, you know, Lyndon's like, although he's not related, but he's related to me. Also, himself, you know, I'm like family to them because me and Pat go back 30 years together as friends. Yeah, and so there you go.
Right, Wayne, we'll leave it there now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate your time and thanks for speaking to me on Boxing Social.
No problem. Anytime. Thank you.